So, I am re-recording this again. We're gonna get it right this time. Hi, welcome to Sky's attempt at doing a vlog. These are things that mostly stay private for patrons and Ko-Fi members, but there will probably occasionally be one like this that is public when I have stuff to share, because I feel like this is a better way to get information than reading a wall of text. If you disagree, sorry, there will still be like text updates of things happening. But for especially just like what's been going on in my life, how is that affecting art and YouTube? This just works better, I think. Um, so with all of that, uh, it's been a while since I made anything. I've been pretty radio silent on like all fronts, not just YouTube. And that has been for a multitude of reasons. Most recently, I've been juggling a lot of physical health stuff, a lot of doctor's appointments, and very recently there was a death in my family. It hit hard, um, and I just was struggling to be a functioning human for a little while there. Not that I'm not struggling now, just struggling a little bit less. Uh, so there's that. But general gist of the vlogs, these are completely unedited. I'm recording them on my phone. That's why I probably sound different than you're used to, because audio quality, phone, blah blah stuff. Um, it's mostly just so I can get the updates out, share information, and not have to think too hard about it, because I overthink absolutely everything. Um, Other stuff that has been going on, keeping me quiet. Um, I've sort of teased at this periodically of like, I have an announcement to share. And this is something else that patrons and Ko-Fi members already know about because they get told stuff early. I am going back to school. Or more specifically, I am going to school for something completely different, and that is a programming degree. I am double majoring in game design and system software design, or system software programming. The exact name isn't super relevant. That probably seems really out of left field for me. It's because coding isn't necessarily a skill that I have honed super great. It's just an interest that I've had that frankly is in a field that will let me make hopefully a living wage. There's a little bit more financial security there than most fields, and definitely a lot more than doing just art for a living. Um, and the game design probably especially seems really weird for me because I have uh, like marked myself as hashtag not a gamer, or like hashtag filthy casual, whatever catchphrase you want to use. I actually am working on a YouTube video that will kind of talk about my relationship with games and how I am like reassessing that after having once been, you know, a bit of a gamer back in the PS2 days, because I'm old. And um, if you're over 40 and you're going to be like, that's not old, you're making me feel old. Listen, I'm surrounded by teeny boppers. Most of the people who watch my videos are younger than me. To them, I'm old. Okay? Okay. Um, but, and then I kind of fell out of it because money and like buying new consoles, and I didn't have a very good computer, so I just stopped playing games. And then I kind of locked myself mentally out of liking games and blah, blah, blah. So that's a video happening. Short version, I actually do like games. I'm really fascinated by how games are made, and I'm really, really interested in like being a part of that process. And I it's really cool. I want to do that. And if that doesn't work out, then I'm also doing the system software programming because there's like, it's literally 5 classes difference between the 2 majors. So I'm taking like 5 extra classes total for 2 majors. Um, and, that's something where I can just get a basic desk job and theoretically live my life with a lot less financial stress than I do right now. So that's great. Drink tea. I will be starting my classes at the end of next month, which obviously is going to have an impact on my schedule. I don't know what that impact is going to look like. It's a hybrid structure, so I'm actually going to be at home at this desk for most of them. And then only 2 days a week I have to drive to campus, and I'm just going to basically stay there the entire day, try and smack most of my studying and whatnot out while I'm there. Um, so ideally, it won't impact my life too terribly, but we'll have to see what the actual like workload feels like when I get started. Um, yeah, and just getting in was a heck of an experience because I had to do like entrance testing, and that was a time and a half. I had to calculate the area of a circle without a calculator. I don't know why they wouldn't let me use a calculator, but I had to do it. But that frustration aside, it's really exciting. I'm really excited. I'm hyped to finally like talk about it in like a formal ish public setting so people know that's happening. Um and then I've got like a list here of stuff to go over. Um and I know that periodically I've been like, "Oh, I'm working on a video," and then I haven't posted a video in like 2-3 months now. Something that I have also been working on is kind of figuring out what's causing me problems and how I can deal with that, right? And one thing is just that every time I have sat down to record, uh, something happens, be it a hardware malfunction, be it a, laptop charger cord that suddenly dies, so I can't use a laptop for anything. I don't know how Gen Z does everything on their phones all the time. I just don't. Um, be it other people who live here coming home making noise, meaning I can't record the audio, and then also I usually write out like full scripts, so that there's not as many ums in the videos as there are in this one, and I just need to stop that. I it takes so much, and the like idea of sitting down and having to write a full script is exhausting to me right now. So we're gonna bullet point it. We're gonna suffer a few more ums, a bit more rambling, and maybe a bit more suffering when I have to go edit that audio. But it'll mean that I can make the damn videos, which is the important part. Um, I still wouldn't expect too much regularity from me. I almost definitely wouldn't expect more than maybe one a month right now, with the fact that I am starting school. Um, I do have a lot of backlog of like just drawing footage, and I'm hoping to get a couple of those put together and just, slap some pretty music in the background and post them that way so that it's not completely dead around here. But we'll see. Uh, and then finally, I have been doing kind of an assessment on what is going on in my presence on social media, right? Like, where do I want to post? What am I willing to put up with from these websites? And, you know, what am I actually getting out of posting? And I talk about this a little bit more in a uh, patron exclusive vlog that's going up alongside this one. But basically, it boils down to I'm sticking with Ko-fi and Patreon as my main, like, formal art posting sites. I've got Discord for a little bit more informal stuff, a bit more like community, behind the scenes, works in progress, blah blah. And then I am trying to post more in a couple of other spaces, including, now that they are open for like general account registration, Blue Sky. I'm especially excited to have somewhere where I can post uh, grown up work that is only for grown ups. That does mean that my Blue Sky account is not going to be somewhere that minors are going to want to hang out. Um, Sorry, I'm not doing the multiple accounts thing. I just don't have that kind of energy. If you don't want to see it, turn your mature filters on and you know, raw dog it, I guess. Uh, but yeah, so I'm kind of excited about that because it has a lot of the things that were actually good about Twitter, and it seems to be lacking most of the things that sucked. Having, like, I've made an account, I haven't posted anything there. I'm sort of still finishing setting it up. Hopefully, if my new laptop charger arrives today, like it's supposed to, I'll be able to finish that after I'm done recording these. But uh, I have been like kind of clicking around a little bit. I'm sad that there's no bookmark feature. I hope that I can have a way to keep track of things that isn't just likes. We'll see. Um, it's definitely a learning curve because I was never really a big Twitter user. I jumped ship way before everybody else did because it just wasn't fun to be there. But yeah, so those are going to be the main spaces where you're going to see me. I still post fandom stuff to Tumblr, just because there's already people who want to see my fandom art there, but you're not going to see any of the original stuff really. The only OCs I post are like my Final Fantasy 14 characters. Um, and I think that about covers it. I think I covered this much more quickly and concisely than I did the first time I tried to record it, because this is the second version of this one. If you want a little bit more about what's been going on in my life and with me personally, there is another vlog, like I said, going up for patrons and Ko-Fi members. It's available to anyone who pledges $1 or more. And it's much appreciated if you give me money to live, whether or not you're doing it for the additional ramble videos. Um, and yeah, like I said, there's not going to be a whole lot of these, right? Most of them are going to be, sort of more diary update style videos that go up privately like that. And then if I have something really big to share that requires a bit more explanation, or if I've got like a bunch of updates to drop at the same time, then one will go up publicly like this. So I think that's about it. I'm still figuring out how to sign off on videos in general, but especially these vlogs. So cut to the patron reel, because that's still going to be a thing for the public ones, I think. Okay, bye.